I actually didn't want to talk about South Park, but you know what? I watched the movie, so I'm gonna talk about it. So, South Park, bigger, longer, and uncut. Before I start, I have to say I'm a huge South Park fan. All right. I love South Park. I love the series, and um, I like Trey Parker and Matt Stone. So, aside that, the South Park, the movie, it was actually really good. Like, I know I'm like what 13 years late about this review, but I'm gonna say South Park, bigger, longer, uncut. It was a good movie. It's not as good as Imagination Land. Like Imagination Land is, in my opinion, I know I'm probably this is probably controversial, but Imagination Land is the best arc movie, whatever that's has come out of South Park. It is the best arc. But this isn't about Imagination Land. This is about bigger, longer, and uncut. So it's kind of pointless to talk about the plot. I mean, like, the plot is silly. I'm gonna sound silly for saying it, and if I say anything about the plot, it's gonna ruin actually the parts that are supposed to be funny. So, uh, I'm just gonna like talk about the technical stuff. Let's see. It's it's actually a musical. Okay, if if you watch South Park, you wouldn't expect this movie to be a musical, and I have to admit, I hadn't watched the movie until a few weeks ago. Like, I heard about the movie, but I never actually had the chance to watch the movie. So when I watched the movie for the first time, I was actually really, really surprised that this was a musical. um, and you figure out this is a musical like from the very beginning, okay? Um, well, well, once you get over the shock, I mean, it's actually a good musical. The songs aren't bad. I mean, like, they're actually really catchy. Uh, anything else? Voice acting is good as usual, and the plot, if you follow it, is actually good. I mean, it's funny and it's offensive. I mean, like, if you don't, okay, let me sum this up. If you don't like South Park, you're not gonna like South Park bigger, longer, and uncut, obviously. If you like South Park, but don't like musicals, at least try to give this a chance. I mean, like, I'm not a huge fan of musicals. Like, I like musicals, but it's not the kind of thing that I would like get up in the morning and start watching. But even then, this is actually a pretty good musical. So even if you don't like musicals, you should try to give this a chance. And if you like South Park and musicals, you're gonna like this movie regardless. I mean, like, it is a pretty good movie. Even if it doesn't even have even if it doesn't have South Park's name on it, all right? It, so yeah, I'd give this a shot. Just be cautious though. If you haven't seen South Park before, it is it is offensive, okay? Like, there are some jokes in there that I know this has been like talked about over and over again. But if you're new to South Park, there are some jokes in this movie that when you see it, you'll be really kind of shocked. And I'm not gonna say what they are, but a lot of them involve Saddam Hussein. Okay, so just be cautious. But aside from that, South Park, bigger, on longer, uncut. It's a pretty good movie.